WBRC Fox 6 Good Day, Alabama starts with First Alert Weather.
Today is another First Alert Weather Day, the second straight day we're expecting dangerous heat. Mickey Ferguson gathering the newest data in the First Alert Weather Center, so you know what to expect.
And the surprising new details now made public about the hours leading up to the Carly Russell disappearance and what she says happened to her while she was missing. Plus, hear the 911 call she made alleging a toddler was walking along the side of the interstate.
Today, the Rock the South Music Festival gets underway, but if you plan on attending, a warning from officers before you arrive at festival grounds.
Oh man, they are going to need those fans
They
there
are
and
indeed,
a whole lot
yeah.
more. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're with us. I'm Janice Rogers.
And I'm Mike Debley. Thank you for joining us via streaming as the Women's World Cup is underway until 7 a.m. on WBRC. Of course, it's winter there in Australia. Mickey Ferguson, quite a contrast to what we're going to be getting.
Yeah, other side of the world there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have a look at what's going on with us, and you can see dangerous heat headed our way. Another First Alert Weather Day is issued by our Chief Meteorologist, Wes Wyatt. Just to give you a heads up that we could have some dangerous heat levels. Actual highs near between 95 and 100, but it's that heat index between 105 and 110 degrees that could get you. So the National Weather Service joining the fray with a heat advisory posted with that feels like temperature near 110. Today's temperatures start out a little bit warmer than we did at this time yesterday. Already 80 degrees in Birmingham. Now we could cool off a little bit before sunrise, and we're seeing a few showers up into our northern tier of counties. We could see some storms clip our northeastern counties. Far northeast Alabama has the best chance of seeing some stronger storms today, but the rest of us just a 20% chance. Highs today though, averaging at about 97 degrees. That westerly wind at 10 to 15 coming at you, but at that combo effect of heat and humidity, that's what we got to be concerned about. All right, let's head back over to Mike and Janice.
All right, thank you, Mickey. This morning, Hoover police are still waiting to get another chance to talk with Carly Russell. I reached out to Chief Nick Durzis, and as of last night, the family had not reached out to police after Thursday's press conference revealed several new facts about the case.
Police say those facts give a better idea of Carly's actions before and after her disappearance, but investigators are still working to find out more about the 49 hours she was missing. Police say she left her job around 8:20 Thursday night. A new detail being that surveillance video from her job shows Carly concealing a bathrobe, toilet paper, and other items from the business. And they say she picked up food again from Taziki's, went to that Target on 280 and bought snack items.
Police say she left the Target parking lot around 9:21, headed northbound on I-459, and at 9:34 called 911 to report seeing a toddler on the side of the interstate. Police then shared that 911 call.
Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do they look like they're injured?
No, they don't.
Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
They're white.
Okay. Is it male or female?
I think it's a boy, a little boy.
Now, Chief Durzis also talked about what Carly says happened to her in those 49 hours after she was reported missing.
Russell Jones joins us live with that part of the story. Russell.
Hey, good morning. Well, Chief Durzis said the detectives did speak to her briefly that night, but they still have a lot of questions and they do want to talk to her again. But we do have what he said happened during that one conversation that he had. Now, according to police, she said when she got out of the car, a man came out of the trees and mumbled he was checking on the baby. Now, the man picked her up and she screamed, and then the man made her go over the fence. He forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers, she was in an 18-wheeler. Now, according to police, she said the man was with a woman, but she never saw the woman. She just heard the voice and a baby crying. She said they took her into a house, made her undress, took some pictures, but there was no sexual contact.
At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence.
Now, Durzis said that this is an ongoing investigation. He said they are going to continue to do this until they can account for every piece of information of everything that happened during those 49 hours that she was missing. Reporting live, Russell Jones, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Russell, thank you very much. Now, police also shared the internet search history on her phone they believe is pertinent to this case.
They looked at data from her phone and workplace. Now, from her phone, they say she searched items like, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? How to take money from a register without being caught. She also searched for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville and a search for the movie Taken, a film that is about an abduction.
On her work computer, they say searches included the maximum age of an Amber Alert. Now, police also say that they found other searches that appear to show Carly's mindset before Thursday night.
Out of respect of her privacy, though, they would not release that information at this time. Now, we'll continue working to get answers about this case on air and through the WBRC News app. You can scan that QR code. Well, it's not on your screen, but there it is, right there to download that for free and get full details on what we know so far. You'll be able to hear that entire 911 call made by Carly and also some reaction from the community.
This morning, the manhunt continues for the Alabama inmate who escaped from his assigned job location in Winston County early Wednesday morning. Joseph Perkins is 5'1", weighs 170 pounds. We're told that he was last seen wearing black sweatpants and a blue short sleeve shirt. He's serving 20 years for theft of property. Certainly, if you have any information where Perkins may be, you're asked to call police.
Getting your local school resource officers extra training to better prepare and to protect your kids, well, that's been the goal of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in its partnership with some local police departments this summer. Our deputies and school resource officers have been working on responses to different situations involving school safety. SROs went through drills at North Jefferson Middle School in Kimberly Wednesday. Sheriff Mark Petway stresses just how important these sessions are to get ready for the what-ifs, if you will.
Training always make you feel more comfortable. You have a plan that's already in place when you do training. Training gives us a plan, shows us what we're going to do, show us how we will work together. Planning is always good. Training is always good. So we do quite a bit of that to make sure that if something happens, we are ready.
Students in Jefferson County schools, by the way, start back August 8th. The city of Gadsden is removing its age cap for new police officer and firefighter hires. Previously, new police hires were limited to individuals under the age of 46, and new firefighter hires were limited to applicants under age 40. The new change removes those caps in both departments. Today's the first day of the Rock the South Music Festival in Coleman.
And this year's event features some of country's biggest stars, including Chris Stapleton, Cody Johnson, East Alabama native Riley Green. The Coleman County Sheriff's Office today telling us that they want you to have fun, of course, but there will be consequences for those who are too drunk and disorderly, including a mobile jail right there on site. We also have a first alert weather day for intense heat. So if you are going, make sure to drink plenty of water and try to stay cool as possible. I know you think I'm telling you something very obvious, but you can get overheated so quickly out there under the sun during the concerts. Officials say that they are ready for the thousands of people who stay in Coleman for the weekend.
We've got a lot more people who are going to be staying overnight. We've got, they estimate several thousand people will be staying in the RV parking as well as the tent camping. So we've got a lot of people that are, it's really going to kind of turn into a mini city.
So Rock the South goes until Saturday, and we're told that there are still some tickets available if you're interested in going. Mike?
Just alarming, the massive amount of ammunition found in a suspect's car after an officer involved shooting in North Dakota.
And you'll hear why former President Donald Trump says he should have immunity in that case over alleged hush money payments.
And it's a first alert weather day due to the heat concerns. We'll be back with the steamy details. Well, it's the first alert weather day with the heat. The National Weather Service issued a heat advisory with feels like temperatures could reach all the way up to 110 degrees today. We're in the 70s to even low 80s here at 5:10 in the morning, so it's already a little toasty in Birmingham. A few showers up through Winston County, Marion County seen, parts of Coleman County, and we could see a few showers more. More prominent storms maybe clipping the far northeastern corner of the state. That's where there's a slight risk category, a 2 out of 5 in that yellow area. The 1 is a marginal risk for parts of our northern tier of counties. This afternoon, highs near 97 degrees, feels like temperatures again near 110 degrees. So drink lots of fluids. Try not to overdo it outside. We'll be back in just a moment with your extended forecast.
This morning, police in North Dakota are trying to find out why someone opened fire on officers who were responding. What are you going to tell us, Sergeant?
All right. Well, we are going to take a look at things across the area, and right now we're in great shape. Just got a little road work out there, but other than that, no issues or concerns. Mike?
Trying to find out why someone opened fire on officers who were responding to a crash. Now, one officer was killed, 2 others are in critical condition. Now, well, let's take a look there. This is some of the ammunition recovered from the suspect's car. That right there, a homemade hand grenade, and also over 1,800 live rounds, including guns there. The shooting happened last Friday in Fargo, North Dakota. A 25-year-old bystander was also hurt. Now, one officer returned fire, killing the suspect, Muhammad Barakat. Investigators are trying to determine if the ambush was planned. And one man is dead, another seriously injured after a shooting at a Walmart in South Florida. Police say the shooting happened after a fight between 2 groups at the store in Florida City Wednesday. Police say the victim killed was one of 6 people involved in a fight. The other person who was shot was taken to the hospital, said to be in stable condition. Police say 1 person is in custody.
A federal judge has denied former President Donald Trump's bid to move that case over alleged hush money payments out of New York's court system and into federal court. Trump argued since the check was written before he took office, he should have immunity in the case. The judge rejected the argument, saying falsifying business records does not relate to presidential duty.
The redevelopment that is coming to Nakalula Falls after a tragic fire wiped out a popular attraction.
SEC Media Days continuing in Nashville this week. What Nick Saban, though, had to say about the Crimson Tide's upcoming season. More on that when we return. Good morning.
Welcome in. If you're watching us on the website and the app, we got the Women's World Cup, of course, on the regular WBRC channel.
Yeah,
But we'll be back on TV at 7.
Team USA, by the way, plays tomorrow.
Yeah, so soccer there, and literally dozens of viewers watching us now, so thank you for joining us. We do have a look outside here today, and we have your first alert weather day to get you started. Yeah, we do have some dangerous heat that could be headed our way going into this afternoon. So there is a heat advisory that's been posted by the National Weather Service between 105 and 110 degrees. So that's pretty hot stuff. Now, some places in the northeast Alabama got a little break from the action yesterday. We had a little bit more cloud cover there and wasn't quite as hot. But we are seeing temperature readings in the 70s to low 80s to begin the day here today. AccuTrack radar is showing a few showers up through Coleman County, Winston County, and Marion County to get the day started. And there is a storm system that's, well, a stalled frontal boundary up to our north. But we're getting some movement on some showers and storms coming out of Tennessee, and this may clip our northern and northeastern counties. The yellow area is a little bit higher risk, and that clips northern parts or northeastern parts of Etowah County up through Cherokee County. So just giving you a first alert heads up, you could see some storms in those locations. All right, the next 24 hours does indicate those temperature readings soaring on up the scale into the upper 90s today, but that combination of heat and humidity is what we're concerned about. Now, as we get fast forward into the day tomorrow, this is when we're looking at a little bit better chance. Oh, do want to let you know about the Barons baseball forecast this evening. 89 degrees at first pitch there at 7:05 as the Barons take on Chattanooga, cooling off to about 82 degrees. Tomorrow, we do have the potential marginal risk for storms with damaging winds and large hail that could come into play. And the next big thing is just that. You can see, well, really Friday evening is when we have a better rain chance and thunderstorm chance. And then that pushes on through into Saturday morning. By the time we get into Saturday afternoon, most of that energy is pushing out of our area, but could still involve places like Chilton County, southern Greene and southern Hale counties at about 1 p.m. there on Saturday. So let's get to your extended forecast. We do have drier air coming into play as we make it into the weekend, but you can see a 60% rain chance for Friday into Saturday morning primarily, but drier air filtering in Saturday afternoon, Sunday's drier, Monday too, and then we'll start to see that moisture build in again going into Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, reflected a little bit there by a slight chance of rain, but the humidity will start to climb as well by midweek. That's our forecast. Here's Toy with a check on traffic.
Hey, Mickey, thank you very much. We are taking a look at things out west in the Tuscaloosa County area. If you're traveling out there, looking pretty good right now. No issues or concerns as you make your way inbound. A smooth commute for you this morning through Coling, Vance, Woodstock, into the McCalla area, Bessemer, Hueytown, all the way into the downtown Birmingham area. Got a little road work happening on 65 that's causing those delays, as well as 280 right now. So I want to give you the first alert about that. But other than that, we are in great shape. Smooth sailing this morning. 2059 northbound from Tuscaloosa to Birmingham. It's a 47-minute drive. Mike?
County, a brand new barn for animals will soon replace the one that burned down at Nakalula Falls in 2021.
Yeah, it's very sad why they had to have a new one, because the fire killed more than 70 animals at the popular petting barn area. The new barn will cost more than $1 million to complete, we're told, but it is going to be more of an educational experience this time.
We're having some new animals to be presented. We'll have another kangaroo to match our female kangaroo for the kids to be able to see. But we're also making the new petting zoo more educational for schools to visit, to have time to be able to associate with animals, learn about animals. And we're excited to have this new petting barn built. So this is a big deal. Long day waiting.
Well, the new barn is part of the redevelopment happening there at Nakalula Falls.
Netflix has ended its basic membership subscription. The no ad plan was $9.99 per month, but now Netflix says it's no longer available for new or rejoining members. Those of you who are currently on the plan will be able to keep it unless you change or end your plan. This move comes after Netflix cracked down on password sharing accounts, where Netflix gained 5.9 million new subscribers. You can still get a Netflix plan for $7 a month, but you'll have to watch the ads. Heat warnings in effect from here in the south all the way to California. It is affecting tens of millions of Americans. It's so hot in Nevada this week that they're tackling extra road repairs. 18 people have died in Arizona from heat-related illness, and in Las Vegas, the overnight low was 97 degrees. Overseas, Italy, France, China, Japan, each set new record highs this week. That is in addition to the wildfires that are burning on multiple continents, including the one in Canada that sent smoke down our way this week.
And in North Carolina, a new video this morning of the destruction left behind by a tornado. This is in Nash County, happening on Wednesday. You see some of the damage here. Several buildings also shut down a major interstate and injured at least 4 people. A Pfizer plant among the buildings damaged too. You see a roof here caved in and debris scattered there into the parking lot, but thankfully no one was at that plant who was injured during the tornado. New federal help on the way to Vermont after those devastating floods that they've been experiencing. FEMA giving the state $700,000 to help with recovery. So far, more than 1,600 people have signed up for that help. Rescuers performed more than 200 rescues, more than 100 evacuations in just the first 2 days of that flooding. Well, we have new video of Burgess Snow Stadium. That's the home of the Jacksonville State Gamecocks when it was hit by lightning. That lightning started a fire which damaged the concession stand, seating, restrooms, and a portion of the stadium that contains electronics. This happened on July the 6th.
Fans that want to come to the game this season should not have anything to worry about. We're in the process of working with our state partners and structural engineers and our insurance adjusters to make sure that they will have a wonderful experience when they come to see JSU as we move to Conference USA.
Jacksonville Fire responded to the call, and the fire marshal is still investigating the extent of those damages.
Today, SEC Media Days wraps up in Nashville. Wednesday, Alabama head coach Nick Saban and select players took questions. Coach Saban addresses many of the questions facing his team, including the unsettled situation at quarterback. Nothing decided there probably until fall camp or after the first game. But Bama will also be led by new coordinators on both sides of the ball, Kevin Steele on defense, and the new young offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees.
He's a very good quarterback coach in terms of helping guys improve at that position, which I think is critical. I think he's one of the brightest young coaches that I've been around for a long time.
Alabama opens the season September 2nd at home against Middle Tennessee. So Middle Tennessee State. That game, by the way, kicks off at 6:30.
Well, even though that billion-dollar Powerball jackpot is now off the table, there's still time to win the Mega Millions. How high that jackpot has climbed to now.
Well, who needs the WWE or UFC? See who came out the winner in this steel cage match between a squirrel and a rat.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back in. Well, changes are coming to the rankings of Alabama cities.
Yeah, Mobile is now the second largest city in our state after a vote on annexation. Now, 3 surrounding communities voted to join the city, expand its borders. The change brings Mobile's total population to more than 212,000. Remember, Huntsville became the largest city in the state in 2021. Birmingham is now the 3rd largest. And again, that's the city limits.
One California city will soon have a temporary new name. This is pretty funny. Santa Clara will now be known as Swifty Clara, at least while Taylor Swift is in town for her concert tour. It's there July 28th and 29th. She will also be the honorary mayor for those 2 days.
You still have a chance to win that Mega Millions jackpot. The prize is now an estimated $720 million. The next drawing for that lottery is tomorrow night. The cash value option, by the way, is nearly $370 million.
Well, today is National Moon Day. Today marks 54 years since man first walked on the moon on July the 20th, 1969. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took those momentous first steps. They spent hours on the moon's surface collecting lunar material to be analyzed back here on Earth. Millions worldwide tuned in to watch the spacewalk live. After stepping onto the moon's surface, Armstrong famously said, "It was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
Check out this video of a squirrel and a rat having a brawl in this backyard in California. Now, at one point they were running away from each other, but eventually they started going at it. There you go. Look at them go. After a few minutes, the rat gives up, scurries away. So the squirrel's the winner. I am the champion.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with that.
Sorry.
Okay. Things that make you go, All right, when we return, the drastic changes the Biden administration in terms of funding for the Wuhan facility in China. We'll explain that when we come back.
And a hot day out there. First Alert Weather Day with the heat and humidity. We'll be back talking temperatures after the break.
Live and on your side, WBRC Fox 6 Good Day Alabama starts with First Alert Weather.
Well, We'll get to the weather in just a moment. As you know, we are dealing with some heat issues today. We just want you to be careful. But also the new information unfolding in the Carlee Russell case. The next question, what happens to the Crime Stoppers donations that were taken over the past few days? We have those answers and more coming up.
Also, a last-minute change to the updated congressional map has been made by Alabama senators, what it now looks like ahead of the vote tomorrow.
A community remembering the heartfelt memories shared by friends and family alike in honor of firefighter Jordan Melton.
Yeah, our hearts certainly still go out to his family, no doubt.
Still, they don't have any arrests in the case.
Yeah.
So we would like to say good morning to you, though, as many of you are watching us, perhaps on Facebook or at WBRC.com. Good morning. I'm Janice Rogers.
And I'm Mike Dudley. We'll be back live on WBRC, the regular channel, after the Women's World Cup action today. But right now, let's get a check on that dangerous weather we could be getting today in terms of the heat. Mickey, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. We do have a first alert weather day with the heat and humidity. We've got our feels like temperatures up to possibly around 110 degrees. A heat advisory issued for by the National Weather Service for our entire area until 9 p.m. Going on there. So temperature readings right now in the 70s to even low 80s, and we're talking upper 70s for places like Columbiana, upper 70s for Centerville, Tuscaloosa, 80 degrees in Birmingham right now, and mid 70s in a couple of other areas. Few showers up through Coleman County and Marion County seen this morning. Just a few light showers, nothing severe, but we could get some stronger storms in our northern and northeastern counties later on today. So we'll be watching that for you. But as far as we are concerned, the vast majority of us just dealing with the heat. 97 our actual high, but this feels like temperatures well above that. All right, it is 5:32 in the morning. Time to get a check on traffic with Toy.
Okay, thank you very much, Mickey. We are taking a look at things on 459, the central part of the area, looking pretty good here. No issues there until you get to 459 northbound near I-59. That's where you'll deal with a little bit of a slowdown because of some road work going on there. Other than that, looks pretty good there. Some road work in other parts of the area as well. I want to give you an update very quickly on the average Alabama gas prices here. Regular up 2 cents from yesterday at $3.15. Premium up 2 cents from yesterday as well at $3.92. Diesel no change at $3.62. Janice and Mike.
Toy, thank you. During the search for Carlee Russell, Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama accepted donations to add to a reward for an arrest in the case.
Yeah, it totaled nearly $60,000 with no suspects named in the case. Many want to know what will happen now to that money. The chairman of the board says all the donations received after Russell's disappearance are earmarked to be used only in Russell's case. Donations will stay in that fund until Hoover police tell them there's been no crime committed leading to her disappearance.
If law enforcement determines no crime has been committed, or if the crime is solved without information provided to Crime Stoppers, then the donations will be refunded at the donor's request at that time.
If this happens and people do not want their donation back, the money will go into the Crime Stoppers General Fund. It will be used to help solve other crimes in our community. He says that generous donations help obviously solve hundreds of crimes each year.
And this has been one of the more heartbreaking stories, and today we're learning more about Birmingham firefighter Jordan Melton.
This comes after friends, co-workers, and even strangers gathered at Station 1 Wednesday to donate blood in his honor. Jonathan Skinner joins us live with more on that. He was at that event. Jonathan?
Hey, good morning, Mike and Janice. Yeah, I was out there, and that was a little bit before people came out, but once they did, a lot of people wanted to show their support. They said that he had a track record of service in the Birmingham area, and he actually worked with young people at the A.D. Gaston Boys and Girls Club and was actually a descendant of Gaston himself. Now, he was known for his infectious smile and how he cared for others, which is why a lot of people wanted to come out in the community to honor his legacy, some by giving blood yesterday in front of Station 1. Now, many of them saying that they hope Melton was able to look down and see the positive impact that he made on the Magic City.
It means the world because being a firefighter, first responders, it's a fraternity. So when I heard about the blood drive, I had to come donate blood. He's definitely making a difference because he's touched so many in this short period of time.
And the community is continuing to try to raise money for a reward to find that person or persons responsible for this as law enforcement continues to search for answers. Again, no arrest has been made at this time, but that reward has gone up to around $25,000. Jonathan Skinner, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, Moody police say that a suspect is in custody this morning after a woman was injured in a shooting on Wednesday. It happened about 4 yesterday afternoon near Highway 411 and Kerr Road. They say that the woman was found in a car and had been shot multiple times. She was taken to UAB Hospital but was alert at the time. No word yet, though, on any charges, and the suspect's identity has not been shared yet, pending, we're told, family notification.
Alabama senators have passed a new congressional voting map, different than the map that passed the House Wednesday. Now, the new Senate map would create an even lower percentage of black voters in the 2nd congressional district to a little under 40%. Now, lawmakers have to decide on one map by tomorrow. That's the deadline, even though Republicans are hoping they'll be successful in the second round of appeals. The 3-judge panel could step in and draw their own plan if the new one is not acceptable.
Well, changes are coming to the campus of Jacksonville State University. Wallace Hall will now be demolished after FEMA denied aid in restoring the building. It comes after FEMA initially declared the building eligible for full replacement and reimbursement. A new home for the School of Nursing will, though, now open this fall.
Neighbors in North Alabama spent the day cleaning up Wednesday after severe weather swept through the area Tuesday night. We got this new video in showing some of the strong winds tossing some dirt, debris over I-565 near Huntsville. The storms also knocked out power for 26,000 customers in Madison County, as well as damaging several buildings in the city harbor in Guntersville. Thankfully, no injuries reported from all this. We've been talking about a lot of the hot, possibly dangerous conditions that are continuing in our area today.
Yeah, that's why today is a first alert weather day because of the heat and how high or steamy it could feel. Kelvin Reynolds is in West Alabama, where people are really taking those weather conditions seriously. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Janice, and good morning to you too, Mike. You know, our meteorologists have been saying that the temperature is going to reach the upper 90s today, but it's going to feel a whole lot hotter than that, as hot as 108 degrees. And that's why folks with the Tuscaloosa County grounds crew, people like Johnny Archibald, who you're looking at right now hard at work, are clocking in at 5 o'clock in the morning to avoid all of this hot weather. Now, he and other grounds crew members are responsible for maintaining the grounds around the county courthouse and other county properties, whether it's a building or even a communications tower. So they're trying to make sure that these guys are coming in and doing their jobs when the temperatures are much, much cooler. Countless maintenance crews have also been advised to take frequent breaks when it's getting this hot.
Cutting grass, edging and weed eating around 5 or 5:30 in the morning while it's the cooler hours, and normally we're done before the heat of the day around lunchtime.
We already have a work order for it, and we know that we're going to be on the roof replacing a compressor. Let's go ahead and knock that out as early as possible, or later in the afternoon after hours. Sometimes we come in on the weekends. There's just times that we try to beat the heat.
And when we caught up with Johnny, he says he's even drinking a lot of water the day before, so he's well hydrated the night before. He has to go in the morning to go to work. He and a lot of others taking this heat very seriously, and they're also drinking a lot of water during the day. Kelvin Reynolds, WBRC, Fox 6 News on your side.
In a moment, the drastic changes the Biden administration is making regarding funding for the Wuhan facility in China.
After a child was burned from a popular McDonald's menu item, the outcome of a court case that is helping this family feel a little bit better.
Hey, thanks for watching us online this morning. We do have a heat advisory, a first alert weather day. The advisory set to expire at 9 p.m. with those feels like temperatures could reach 110 degrees. Already warm this morning. We can see our temps are in the upper 70s in some locations, 80 degrees in Birmingham, mid to low 70s in other locations. A few sprinkles to light showers out there this morning from Marion County up through Coleman County. And we'll get to traffic here in just a second. But as far as our forecast is concerned today, we're looking at actual highs near 97 degrees developing. Here's a look at the storm potential. The greatest risk looks like it's in that yellow area. And that could just clip northern Etowah and maybe Cherokee counties today with some strong winds and some lightning. But actual highs today near 97 and feels like temperatures could get as warm as 110 degrees. Now here's Toy with a traffic check.
Okay, thank you very much, Mickey. We're taking a look at things across the area, and we're looking pretty good. Got some road work out there that's slowing things down in some areas, but other than that, we are good to go. Taking a closer look, though, at I-59. If you're traveling 59 southbound at 459, these are your drive times, and they look pretty good as you make your way inbound past Roebuck, Eastlake, past the airport on the 2059 there, and, of course, through the east side, Norwood area. 459 to Red Mountain Expressway is a 10-minute commute, and 459 Chalkville Mountain Road, I should say, to the downtown junction. Chalkville Mountain Road in Trussville, that is, to the downtown Birmingham junction is a 15-minute commute on 59 southbound. Janice?
Thank you, Joy. Well, a shooting in New Zealand has left 2 people dead. It happened Wednesday. The suspect opened fire at a construction site in Auckland. It happened near a hotel that's hosting several teams for the Women's World Cup. 6 others, including at least 1 police officer, were injured.
The Biden administration is suspending funding for the Wuhan Institute of Virology on Wednesday. That follows a month-long review which found that the Chinese research lab didn't follow federal safety regulations. The facility plays a central role in the theories that the COVID-19 pandemic may have started from a lab leak there in late 2019. But investigators have yet to reach a definitive conclusion where the virus came from because of a lack of access to the facility. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says Democrats will not block a vote on the Defense Department's abortion policy. They're doing it to try to end Senator Tommy Tuberville's hold on military promotions. However, Senator Schumer is also putting the blame on Republicans for not stepping in.
Both McConnell and Thune have disagreed strongly with what Tuberville is doing. It is their responsibility to get him to stop this policy, which is reckless and hurts our national security.
Senator Tuberville has criticized the Pentagon's abortion policy, which pays for travel expenses for service members going out of state to have an abortion. In response to Schumer's statement on a possible vote, Senator Tuberville said he would have to talk to Schumer about it.
A Florida jury has awarded a family $800,000 after a toddler was burned by sizzling hot chicken McNuggets a few years ago. Jurors decided that the family was not properly warned of the possible danger from the hot McNuggets at a Tarmac, Florida drive-thru. The family was originally seeking $15 million to compensate for the pain and suffering of the 4-year-old. You can see the burns and pictures that they had, but the jury awarded the family $400,000 for burn injuries and another $400,000 for future damages. The child's mother says she was, though, happy with the jury's verdict. Still ahead this morning, as the UPS strike looms, the details behind new talks with the Teamsters Union to prevent it from happening.
Well, as you can know, it's almost back to school season. Find out how Walmart is helping parents and students prepare for the new school year. 5:44, you're watching Good Day Alabama, hopefully on Facebook or on the app or the website.
Hey there. How are you? We're looking at a first alert weather day with our temperature readings reaching 97 degrees and feels like temperatures could get above that. We have a dangerous heat index where the feels like temperatures could get all the way up to about 110 degrees for us today. So the National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for almost all the state of Alabama, a few exceptions there where we could get some rain and some thunderstorms more prominently in our northeastern counties. So yeah, let's just be ready for the heat. Stay hydrated and take some breaks if you can. There's a look out live into Summerton, 73 degrees there, but other locations in the mid 70s to upper 70s to even low 80s here at 5:46 in the morning. That's pretty toasty stuff for this early. We're seeing a few sprinkles, light showers out there in our northern counties, but a better chance of storm potential exists in this yellow area. That's a marginal risk. On the Storm Prediction Center scale, it's a 2 out of 5 for seeing severe storms developing. So heads up for northern Etowah and Cherokee counties today, located in that area. Actual highs today, again, near 97 degrees in Birmingham, mid 90 degree heat, but that heat index is the main concern. Now, as we get into, I want to let you know about Rock the South. Might up that rain chance to 30% for you. But temperature readings getting into the mid 90s. Be sure and stay hydrated. I know the temptation is there to drink some alcohol too, so make sure you're hydrated with water or some other beverage to keep you from getting dehydrated. Know what I mean? So damaging winds possibility tomorrow. This is tomorrow evening primarily into the early morning hours of Saturday, where we could see some storm potential. Let's pause it there at 3 p.m. Not seeing a whole lot going on other than the heat. Another hot and humid day tomorrow. But tomorrow evening we see a cluster of thunderstorms coming into play. That looks like in the Birmingham area up 59 up through Etowah County. And then Saturday morning early on we see some rain and thunderstorms pushing through our area. By the afternoon hours it starts to move out, but we could still see in our southern tier of counties, including Chilton County, Greene, Hale counties, Coosa County, could still see some thunderstorms in the early afternoon hours as well. So the muggy meter after the rain and thunderstorms dropping off considerably for Saturday afternoon into Sunday and Monday. Then it starts to climb again beyond that. So first alert weather day today for the heat. And then we see another hot day tomorrow, but we could see some storms Friday night into Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, most of us seeing drier air, and that carries over into Sunday, possibly Monday too. And then the humidity starts to build in again by Tuesday, Wednesday, we think, and a 20% chance of heat-activated showers in the afternoon. That's a look at what's going on. Here's Toy.
Okay, Mickey, thank you very much. We are taking a look at things again across the area, looking pretty good. A little closer in now to Highway 280 for those who are traveling on 280 at 459 through the Mountain Brook area, looking really good. These are your drive times there. And as you travel in through Mountain Brook and Homewood into the Highland area and of course to downtown Birmingham, no issues or concerns. 459 to I-20 is an 8-minute drive, and 459 University Boulevard should only take you about 7 minutes. Mike?
Thank you, Toy. UPS is heading back to the negotiating table with the Teamsters Union. It will mark the first time the sides have met since talks broke down over the 4th of July weekend. It comes as UPS workers are reportedly ready to embark on one of the largest labor strikes in U.S. history if their demands aren't met. Many of those demands have been met, but pay remains a major point of contention in these talks.
America may be turning into a nation of early birds. A new report by the Wall Street Journal says that activities are starting earlier and stores aren't staying open as late anymore. Examples include theaters having earlier show times and restaurants closing a little bit earlier. The report cites that data from Yelp that shows 10% of the diners are now shutting down between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m., a 5% increase from 2019. And then data from Uber shows that rides to restaurants after 8 p.m. are down 9%. That may have to do with not having enough workers as well.
Walmart is among retailers getting ready for back-to-school crowds and shoppers already, and held an open house for Media Wednesday. We got to hear from Walmart officials as they gave a sneak peek on some of the deals for school supplies this year with them.
What we've done is we've worked to keep this year's school supply basket on the 14 most popular items at last year's prices. So those 14 most popular items can be purchased for under $13. So that's one thing that we've worked really hard to do for families, so that they don't have to choose between their needs and their wants.
And just a reminder, this weekend, starting Friday, is the back-to-school tax-free holiday. You don't have to pay taxes on any school supplies this weekend, on certain things, also clothes, computer items. It starts at 12:01 in the morning on Friday and ends on Sunday at midnight. Again, check with your local counties and cities to see if they're participating. How an Amazon delivery driver is being deemed a hero after saving an animal's life.
Life imitating art, literally the stunning artwork done with the help of a melon. We'll explain.
Welcome back in, everybody. You're watching Good Day Alabama, hopefully on our WBRC News app, WBRC website, or our Facebook page.
However you're watching us, good morning.
Absolutely. All right, meanwhile, caught on camera this interesting delivery day for an Amazon driver in Arizona. He not only delivered a package, also saved an animal's life.
It was a regular day for Marcus Pope until he quickly realized that a baby bird had fallen out of its nest. So he rang the doorbell to tell the homeowner.
Try to find like either like a napkin or like something soft to pick them up with, but couldn't find anything except McDonald's wrappers and all that stuff. So I was like, that's too crunchy. Let me go ahead and get my towel, and picked them up from like right there, very gently. Didn't want I didn't know if he was hurt, how long he was there for, and then from there just plop him back up with all of his other friends, and then the deed was done. Then the customer got their package. So it's a good day. It's a good day.
Well, thankfully, Pope's efforts were successful. The little bird is back with the other birds in the nest.
A Swiss-French artist creates a stunning visual showing how children draw their world. The artist painted two children into glass slopes of a Swiss mountain using chalk and charcoal. So it shows them tracing lines on sketch pads.
Wow.
Depict mountains, stars, trees, and the moon. Is that not amazing?
That is incredible.
So the drawings are done at different altitudes, but the artist says they complement each other. The grass can actually can last days there and be seen from nearby pastures.
Gosh.
Look how huge that is.
That's incredible.
How about that, Mickey?
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really
All that
is.
work and it doesn't even last that long?
Wow.
Golly. Hey, First Alert Weather Day for the heat and humidity, so let's be ready for it. We'll be back with more coming up.
Hey.
Live and on your side, WBRC Fox 6 Good Day Alabama starts with First Alert Weather.
All right, good morning, everybody. We know it is summertime, but this is dangerous type of heat when the feels like temperature goes over 100 degrees, Michael.
Yeah, so we still, again, want you to be careful out there today, especially if you're going to be outside, man, and check on some of your neighbors as well and also your pets.
All right, good morning. And we're going to be telling you the very latest on what's happening in the new details at a news conference yesterday in the Carly Russell case. We'll tell you the latest on that.
Also, Rock the South starts today, but the warning from law enforcement if you plan on attending.
Doesn't have to do with the heat, believe it or not.
Does not.
All right, welcome in. So glad you're with us today, though. For those of you watching us online, we really appreciate it. I'm Janice Rogers.
And
soccer's on right now.
That is right. The Women's World Cup is showing. It's going to be showing on different mornings, so you might have to find us on our app or also our Facebook page, just to let you know that ahead of time. But right now, let's go to Mickey Ferguson. He is live, all the way live.
I found you. You're right over there.
We are.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, it could be dangerous today with the heat. It feels like temperature near 110 degrees. So whenever you get close to 110 degrees, yeah, that's some dangerous heat right there. So it's a combo effect. Heat advisory posted by the National Weather Service, and that's set to expire at 9 p.m. So that dangerous heat could be with us for a little while. Right now, we're already pretty toasty. We're in the 70s to low 80s to get the day started, seeing a few light showers in various locations there into North Alabama. And we have the potential to get some storms today, but that greater chance is going to be clipping northeast Alabama. A lot of that may be north of our area, but areas like Cherokee County and northern Etowah County, just want to give you a first alert heads up on that. So heat's really the headline. 97 our actual high, but feels like temperatures about 10 degrees above that or more. Okay, it is time to get a check on the traffic situation. We go out to
all right.
We'll come back to Toy in just a moment, but we do want to continue here this morning taking a look at the very latest in the case of Carly Russell.
Yeah, a lot of
news conference.
A lot of new details obviously released on that. You're looking at some of those from that press conference. If you didn't see that yesterday when Police Chief Nick Durzis explained some of what they were able to gather from that investigation, including some of the timeline on Carly Russell's whereabouts before she made that 911 call on 911.
So there are certainly facts that they say give a better idea of Carly's actions before and after her disappearance. However, investigators still working to find out more about those 49 hours that she was missing. That's what they're really focusing on now, because they still haven't had the opportunity to talk with her at this point. So that's what they are waiting to do right now. Police say she did leave her job, though, about 8:20 Thursday night. You've heard that. But the new detail being that surveillance video from her job shows her concealing a bathrobe, some toilet paper, and other items from the business. They say that she picked up food from Taziki's. You've heard that part, and went down to 280, the Target there, to buy some snacks.
Police say she left the Target parking lot at 9:21, headed southbound on I-459 at 9:34. That's when she made that 911 call to report seeing a toddler on the side of the interstate. Police then shared that 911 call.
Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do they look like they're injured?
No, they don't.
Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
They're white.
Okay. Is it male or female?
I think it's a boy, a little boy.
Now, Chief Durzis also talked about what Carly says happened to her in the 49 hours after she was reported missing.
Russell Jones joins us live, picking up that part of the story. Russell?
Hey, good morning. Well, Chief Durzis said that detectives did speak to Carly briefly the night that she returned home, but they're still waiting to speak to her again to try to piece together exactly what happened during those 49 hours. But here's what police say they learned from that brief conversation that they had with her. They said that she said when she got out of the car on the side of the interstate to check on the child, that a man came out of the trees and mumbled he was checking on the baby. Now, the man picked her up and she screamed. The man then forced her to go over the fence and into a car. And the next thing Carly remembers is being in an 18-wheeler. Now, she said the man was with a woman, but she never saw the woman. She just heard the voice and a baby crying. Now, according to police, she said that she was taken into a house. They may have undressed her, took some pictures, but there was no sexual contact.
At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence.
Now, Durzis also said this is an ongoing investigation. They're going to continue to look at evidence and try to piece together exactly what happened during those 49 hours. And he was also asked if any criminal charges would be brought against Carly Russell. He said right now they're not considering those, but it could happen at some time. Reporting live, Russell Jones, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Russell, thank you. So police also shared Carly Russell's internet search history that they thought was pertinent to the case.
They looked at data from her phone and workplace, and from her phone they say she searched terms like, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert? How to take money from a register without being caught. She also searched for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville, and a search for the movie Taken, which of course is a film with a plot that is related to an abduction.
On her work computer, they say her searches included the maximum age of an Amber Alert. Now, police also say they found other searches that appear to show Carly's mindset before Thursday night.
But they say out of respect for her privacy, they would not release that information at this time. And of course, we'll continue to look for answers and wait to hear from police. But we know police are waiting to get another opportunity to interview Carly. They say as of last night, they have not been granted that opportunity. But you can follow everything on the WBRC News app. If you're not on your phone right now and you're just on the website, well, you can get your phone out, scan that QR code to stay updated on that investigation.
This morning, the manhunt continues for the Alabama inmate who escaped from his assigned job location in Winston County. This was early Wednesday morning. Joseph Perkins is 5'1", weighs 170 pounds. We're told that he was last wearing black sweatpants and a blue short sleeve t-shirt. He is serving 20 years for theft of property. Certainly, if you know anything about his whereabouts, you're asked to call police.
Getting your local school resource officers extra training to better prepare to protect your kids. That's been the goal of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office in partnership with some local departments this summer. Deputies and school resource officers have been working on responses to different situations involving school safety, including active shooters. SROs went through drills at North Jefferson Middle School in Kimberly Wednesday. Sheriff Mark Petway stresses just how important these sessions are to get ready for the what ifs.
Training always makes you feel more comfortable. You have a plan that's already in place when you do training. Training gives us a plan, shows us what we're going to do, show us how we will work together. Planning is always good. Training is always good. So we do quite a bit of that to make sure that if something happens, we are ready.
Students in Jefferson County schools, by the way, start back August 8th. The city of Gadsden is removing its age cap for new hires of police officers and firefighters. Previously, new police hires were limited to individuals under the age of 46, and for new hires for firefighters, they were limited to applicants under the age of 40. The new change removes those caps in both departments. As we said, today's first day of the Rock the South Festival in Coleman.
So this year's event features some of country's biggest stars, including Chris Stapleton, Cody Johnson, East Alabama's own native Riley Green. The Coleman County Sheriff's Office, though, today telling us that they want you to have fun, but that there will be consequences for those who are too drunk and disorderly, including they'll have a mobile jail right there on site. We also have a first alert weather today, as you know, today for intense heat. So if you are going there, make sure you do drink plenty of water. And I know it sounds obvious, but try to stay as cool as possible. Officials say they're ready, though, for thousands of people to stay in Coleman for the weekend.
We've got a lot more people who are going to be staying overnight. We've got, they estimate several thousand people will be staying in the RV parking as well as the tent camping. So we've got a lot of people that are, it's really going to kind of turn into a mini city.
Rock the South goes until Saturday, and there, we're told, are still some tickets available if you're interested in going. Just be careful.
Well, just alarming, the massive amount of ammunition and number of weapons found in a suspect's car after police were believed to be ambushed in North Dakota.
And why former President Donald Trump says he should have immunity in that case over alleged hush money payments.
It's First Alert Weather Day with heat. Let's stay hydrated today. We'll be back with your forecast. Hello again. We do have a first alert weather day due to the heat concerns out there. Feels like temperatures could reach all the way up to 110 degrees later on this afternoon. Right now, we're seeing temperature readings that are coming in the 70s to low 80s in some locations. So be advised of that. There you see it, 70s to 80s now. We've seen a few showers in our northern counties, nothing severe, but we could see some stronger storms develop later on this afternoon, and especially in the northeastern corner of the state. So areas up through Cherokee County may see some stronger storms. But hey, good day to go poolside and just avoid the heat there if you can find maybe creative ways to beat the heat. But anywhere from 105 to 110 degrees was what that feels like temperature we think it's going to be. That's a quick look at what's going on.
All right, we're in. Well, we are looking at things across the area, and we're in great shape here. Though a lot of those areas where we had road work last hour when we last talked to you, it of course looks better now. Those road areas of delay have cleared up, and we are pretty much green and clean across the area. So if you are traveling this morning, no issues or concerns to report to you out there. All right, Mike.
This morning, police in North Dakota are trying to find out why someone opened fire on officers who were responding to a crash. One officer was killed, 2 others are in critical condition. A homemade hand grenade was among the items recovered from the suspect's car. And keep watching, over 1,800 live rounds plus several guns were also recovered. The shooting happened last Friday in Fargo, North Dakota. A 25-year-old bystander was also hurt. One officer returned fire, killing the suspect, Mohammed Barakat. Investigators are trying to determine if the ambush was planned.
A federal judge has denied former President Donald Trump's bid to move the case over alleged hush money payments out of New York's court system and into federal court. Now, Trump argued since the check was written before he took office, he should have immunity in the case. The judge rejected the argument, saying that falsifying business records does not relate to presidential duty.
The redevelopment that is coming to Nakalula Falls after a tragic fire wiped out a popular attraction.
SEC Media Days continuing now in Nashville, Tennessee. What Nick Saban said about the Crimson Tide's upcoming season, that's coming up. Looking at Birmingham there this morning on this.
Today's Thursday, yeah.
Boy, I forgot what day it was.
I know.
Good morning. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back in, and we are preparing once again for another very, very hot day.
Yeah, a little steamy today, huh?
Yeah, and thanks to the folks that are watching us online. It's like we're hanging out with our best friends. The people are going to determined to watch
the loyalists.
us.
Yeah,
So,
we appreciate you.
Yeah, we really do appreciate you watching this morning. And we want to deliver for you, too. Let's see what's going on. We do have heat and humidity. The heat index could be up all the way close to 110 degrees today. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory all the way until 9 p.m. So if you can, limit that outdoor activity and, just drink lots of fluids. You know the routine. Just want to let you know, though, it's going to be hot. Already is unseasonably warm this morning. A normal low 72. We're at 82 in Birmingham early this morning, 80 degrees into Fayette. Tuscaloosa at 78 degrees, mid-70s over into East Alabama. So it is a toasty start to the day, and it looks like it's going to be a toasty finish. Now we're getting a few showers into Lamar County, Fayette County, Walker, Winston, up through Coleman County here this morning, but better chances of storms could come into play mainly in the northeast Alabama, and that could clip Cherokee County, possibly into northern Etowah counties, just to name a few. So right in through there. We could see the greatest potential for storms with some strong winds and maybe some frequent lightning as well. But the rest of us, the heat is the headline. You can see actual highs warming up to about 97 degrees in the Magic City, so mid to upper 90s, and you just tack on 10 degrees or so as the feels like temperatures, and that's where we'll be settling in for this afternoon. Okay, so if you are headed to the Rock the South concert, 20 to 30% chance of rain and thunderstorms for you today. Just stay hydrated out there and, try not to, you might want to limit the alcohol content, or just be sure and drink some water in between sips of whatever alcoholic beverage you're drinking, because that'll dehydrate you. Hey, tomorrow we're looking at a marginal risk of storms. That's a 1 out of 5 as far as seeing severe storms in our area. So another gust of wind, perhaps, it could do some damage. Here's a look at future radar. This is in the afternoon hours. We're not seeing a whole lot of activity. It's more geared into tomorrow evening. So tomorrow night into Saturday morning, you can see a line of showers and storms coming through. By the time we make it into Saturday afternoon, most of that energy is relegated to our southern tier of counties, so we could still be experiencing some storms in the early afternoon for Chilton County, Greene, Hale counties, maybe Coosa County, but then it'll eventually move on out of here and drop those dew points. It's going to be a lot more bearable, we think, outside Saturday afternoon, but especially Sunday and Monday afternoons with drier air. But first alert heads up for today, first alert weather day for the heat, and we could see some heat and humidity along with storms tomorrow night into Saturday morning. But Saturday afternoon we begin to dry out, and that carries over into Sunday, Monday. Starts to get humid again, we think, by Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. Now here's Toy.
Mickey, thank you very much. We are looking at I-65 here. If you're traveling through Chilton County and the Shelby County, looking really good. No issues or concerns to report to you there. A smooth commute as you head up towards 459, 65 at 459 Hoover to downtown Birmingham. In great shape there as well this morning. All right, Hoover to I-65 northbound, rather, from Pelham to 2059 is where we are looking now. It's a 16-minute drive. And then Shelby County Airport, the 65 northbound Shelby County Airport exit there to the downtown junction is 23 minutes. That's normal as well. All right, Mike and Janice.
Thank you very much, Toy. Covering Etowah County, where a brand new barn for animals will soon replace the one that burned down at Nakalula Falls in 2021.
Yeah, the original story is very sad because it killed more than 70 animals that were at the popular petting barn area there. The new barn, though, will cost more than $1 million to complete, and they say it's going to be more of an educational experience.
We're having some new animals to be presented. We'll have another kangaroo to match our female kangaroo for the kids to be able to see. But we're also making the new petting zoo more educational for schools to visit, to have time to be able to associate with animals, learn about animals. And we're excited to have this new petting barn built. So this is a big deal. Long day waiting.
And the new barn is part of the redevelopment there happening at Nakalula Falls. Mike?
Heat warnings in effect from here in the south all the way to California, affecting tens of millions of Americans. It's so hot in Nevada this week, they're tackling extra road repairs. 18 people have died in Arizona from heat-related illness. In Vegas, I just mentioned, the overnight low, by the way, was 97
Isn't that
degrees.
crazy?
Overseas, Italy, France, China, Japan all set new record highs this week. That's in addition to the wildfires that are burning on multiple continents, including the one in Canada that sent smoke down our way this week.
And in North Carolina, a new video this morning showing the destruction left behind by a tornado that hit Nash County on Wednesday. You see some damage here to several of the buildings. It also shut down a major interstate, and at least 4 people were injured. And a Pfizer plant among the buildings damaged. You see the roof here caved in, debris scattered into the parking lot, but thankfully no one was at the plant was injured. And new federal help on the way to Vermont after they were dealing with devastating flooding. FEMA now giving the state $700,000 to help with their recovery. So far, more than 1,600 people have signed up for that help. Rescuers performed more than 200 rescues. More than 100 evacuations took place over a 2-day period there.
Today, SEC Media Days wraps up in Nashville. Wednesday, Alabama head coach Nick Saban and select players took questions. Coach Saban addresses many of the questions facing his team, including the unsettled quarterback situation. Nothing decided there, probably not until after fall camp or the first game or two. Bama will also be led by new coordinators on both sides of the ball, Kevin Steele on defense and the young new offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees.
He's a very good quarterback coach in terms of helping guys improve at that position, which I think is critical. I think he's one of the brightest young coaches that I've been around for a long time.
Alabama opens the season September 2nd at home against Middle Tennessee State. Kickoff at 6:30.
Well, that $1 billion Powerball jackpot, somebody did win it. It's off the table, but now there's still time, though, to win the Mega Millions lottery. How high that one has now climbed to.
Well, who needs the WWE or the UFC? You'll want to see who came out on top in this steel cage match between a squirrel and a rodent.
All right, good morning. Welcome back in. Well, changes have come to the rankings of Alabama cities.
Mobile is now the second largest city in our state. That's after a vote on annexation. 3 surrounding communities voted to join Mobile and expand its borders. The change brings Mobile's total population to more than 212,000. Remember, Huntsville became the largest city in the state in 2021. Birmingham is now the 3rd largest in terms of the city population.
And one California city will soon have a temporary new name. It's pretty funny, actually. Santa Clara will now be known as Swifty Clara, at least while Taylor Swift is in town for her concert tour. It's July 28th and 29th. She's also going to be the honorary mayor for those 2 days.
Well, you still got a chance to win that Mega Millions lottery jackpot. The prize now estimated at $720 million. The next drawing tomorrow night, it has a cash value of nearly $370 million. I hope that's enough to live on.
All right, it is National Moon Day. Today marks 54 years since man first walked on the moon, July the 20th, 1969. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took those momentous first steps, as you know. They spent hours on the moon's surface collecting lunar material to be analyzed back here on Earth. Millions worldwide were watching on television, watching it live, that spacewalk. After stepping onto the moon's surface, Armstrong famously said it was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
All right, check out the video. Squirrel and a rat having a brawl in the backyard in California. At one point they were running away from each other. Eventually they started going at it. After that little stare down there. Actually, I'm not really sure what's going on there. But anyway, after a few minutes, the rat gives up and scurries away. So I guess the squirrel is deemed the winner.
Somebody rescue somebody.
I'm going to leave that there. Mickey?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, he's got to do better training, that rat.
Weather.
We do have First Alert Weather Day. We're going to be talking about that and more news stuff too.
Live and on your side, WBRC Fox 6 Good Day Alabama starts with First Alert Weather.
We're going to get to that weather in just a moment because of the heat today, but also new information this morning after a news conference yesterday regarding the Carly Russell case. The next question, though, what happens to that Crime Stoppers money, the donations? We have answers to that coming up.
A last-minute change by state senators to the updated congressional map, what it now looks like ahead of the vote tomorrow.
And a community remembering the heartfelt memories shared by friends and family in honor of firefighter Jordan Melton here in Birmingham, who was shot, as you know, last week. And police are still looking for the shooter this morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Janice Rogers.
And I'm Mike Jubley. Good to have you with us. And let's get to that First Alert Weather Day. Because of those heat advisories, here's Mickey Ferguson.
All right. Thank you very much. We do have that First Alert Weather Day. Due to the heat and humidity, the feels like temperatures could get as high as 110 degrees. The National Weather Service on board with that. with a heat advisory extended all the way till 9 p.m. and we could see another steamy day tomorrow. We're in the 70s to low 80s already, getting a few showers into some of our counties. Nothing severe, but we could see some stronger storms develop, especially in our northeastern counties later on this afternoon. So Cherokee County, northern Etowah, first alert heads up for you. But find ways to beat the heat today. We got the gang in the pool here because we've got those temperature readings soaring up into triple digits with those feels like temperatures. All right, it's 6:31. Let's get a check on traffic. Here's Toy.
All right, Mickey, thank you very much. We are taking a look at things on 459 here across the area, looking really good. No issues to report to you. 65, 280, and 2059 all in great shape. Want to give you an update on those average Alabama gas prices this morning for from yesterday. Of course, so we are up 2 cents for regular at $3.15. Premium up 2 cents from yesterday at $3.92, and diesel no change at $3.62. Janice and Mike.
All right, Toy, thank you. Well, during the search for Carly Russell, Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama accepted donations to add to a reward for an arrest in the case.
Yeah, it totaled almost $60,000 with no suspects named in the case. Many want to know what's going to happen to all that money. Well, the chairman of the board says that all the donations received after Russell's disappearance are earmarked to only be used in the case. Donations will stay in that fund until Hoover police tell them there's been no crime committed leading to her disappearance.
If law enforcement determines no crime has been committed, or if the crime is solved without information provided to Crime Stoppers, then the donations will be refunded at the donor's request at that time.
And if this happens and people do not want their donation back, the money will go into Crime Stoppers General Fund and will be used to help solve other crimes in our community.
And today we're learning more about Birmingham firefighter Jordan Melton. So this comes after friends and co-workers and even strangers had gathered outside of the police station there.
Yeah, that was Station 1 Wednesday. They were there to donate blood in honor for firefighter Jamal Jones as well, who is still recovering. Jonathan Skinner joins us live now. Jonathan, I know you were there, so I can just imagine this was really uplifting to see people step up.
Oh, absolutely, Mike. And this is something that's still heavy on the hearts of many of the firefighters who were there yesterday. Many of them, of course, saying that they remember him as having a track record of service. Melton of having a track record of service, working in fact at the A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club. He's actually a descendant of A.G. Gaston himself as well. Now, he was known for having an infectious smile and for how he cared for others in the community, which is why many people said they wanted to honor his legacy, some by, of course, giving blood yesterday in front of Station 1. Now, many of them saying that they hope that Melton can look down and see the positive impact that he made on the Magic City.
It means the world because being a firefighter, first responders, it's a fraternity. So when I heard about the blood drive, I had to come donate blood. He's definitely making a difference because he's touched so many in this short period of time.
Now, of course, the community is also working to raise more money for that reward to find a person responsible for this. As law enforcement continue that search for answers, the reward right now sits at around $25,000. Jonathan Skinner, WBRC Fox 6 News, on your side.
Thank you, Jonathan. Moody police say that a suspect is in custody this morning after a woman was injured in a shooting on Wednesday. It happened about 4 yesterday afternoon near Highway 411 in Kerr Road. They say the woman was found in a car and had been shot multiple times. She was taken to UAB Hospital, but we're told was alert at the time. No word yet on what charges could be filed in the case, and the suspect's identity has not been released.
State senators in Montgomery have passed a new congressional voting map, different than the one that passed the House Wednesday. The new Senate map would create a lower percentage of black voters in the 2nd congressional district, down to a little under 40%. Lawmakers have to agree on a new congressional district map by tomorrow's deadline. And even though Republicans are hoping they'll be successful in the second round of appeals, the 3-judge panel could step in and draw their own map if the new one is unacceptable.
Well, changes are coming to the campus of Jacksonville State University. Wallace Hall will be demolished after FEMA denied aid in restoring that building. This comes, though, after FEMA had initially declared the building eligible for full replacement and reimbursement. But a new home for the School of Nursing will be open this fall.
People in North Alabama spent the day Wednesday cleaning up after severe weather swept through that area Tuesday night. This is video we got in. Shows some of those strong winds. Look at that tossing dirt, debris over I-565. The storms also knocked out power for about 26,000 customers in Madison County, damaged several buildings at City Harbor in Guntersville as well. Thankfully, no injuries reported. Well, we know it's possible to see dangerous summer temperatures, and in the summertime today, we're expecting that. And most of you, I know, will want to stay indoors to try to beat that heat, but those who work outdoors, that's a bigger issue.
Kelvin Reynolds checking in with some of those folks to see how they're doing. He joins us now live in Tuscaloosa. Kelvin, good morning.
Good morning to you, Janice and Mike. When the weather is as hot as it's expected to be, you got to make changes to your work schedule. In some cases, our meteorologist is telling us that temperatures are going to get in the upper 90s today, but the feels like temperature will be a lot closer to 108 degrees. That's why folks in the Tuscaloosa County crew are changing their schedules when it comes to when they're coming in. That means folks like Johnny Archibald are clocking in at 5 o'clock in the morning to try to get more work done during those cool hours of the day. That's how he and others are trying to get a lot of their work done, by avoiding these really hot temperatures. Now, he and other members of the grounds crew are responsible for maintaining the grounds around the county courthouse and other county property, whether it's a building or even a communications tower. And even county maintenance workers have been advised to take precautions, especially when they're working outside and either moving heavy equipment or doing some of the work that they have to do. They've been told to take frequent breaks when it gets this hot.
Cutting grass, edging and weed eating around 5 or 5:30 in the morning while it's the cooler hours, and normally we're done before the heat of the day around lunchtime.
We already have a work order for it, and we know that we're going to be on the roof replacing a compressor. Let's go ahead and knock that out as early as possible, or later in the afternoon after hours. Sometimes we come in on the weekends. There's just times that we try to beat the heat.
And Archibald says he's also taking being hydrated very seriously. He is getting hydrated the night before he has to come into work, and he and others are making sure that they're drinking plenty of fluids when they're working during the day too. Kelvin Reynolds, WBRC, Fox 6 News on your side.
Well, coming up, we've got your Wendy's breakfast forecast and more. Stay with us.
The new change the Biden administration is making related to funding for that Wuhan lab facility in China.
In Florida, the results of a court case where a child was burned by a popular McDonald's menu item, what the family was seeking but received instead.
Hello again. We're looking at your Wendy's breakfast forecast, and it's showing temperature readings remaining pretty toasty here this morning. We're already at 80 degrees in a couple of areas and headed up to 84 in just a few hours, 90 degrees by 11 a.m. And from there, we march on up into the mid to upper 90s as far as our temperatures go. But that feels like temperature could be above that, add 10 degrees or more, and that's going to be the way it feels today. So first alert weather day for the heat. All right, let's head on back to the news desk.
All right, actually here we are looking at things.
My bad.
In traffic. No, okay, Mickey, that's okay. We are looking at things out west in the Tuscaloosa County area, and we're looking pretty good. No issues or concerns. As you can see, a smooth commute for you if you are traveling inbound towards West Jefferson County to the west side, of course, of the area, Hueytown, and to Inslee and the West End area, all in great shape on 2059 northbound, 65, 280, 459, all looking good at this time as well. 2059 northbound, Tuscaloosa to Birmingham, it's a 46-minute drive. Janice.
Thank you, Joey. Well, a shooting in New Zealand leaves 2 people dead. It happened Wednesday. The suspect opened fire at a construction site in Auckland. It happened near a hotel that's hosting several teams for the Women's World Cup. 6 others, including at least 1 police officer, were injured.
The Biden administration is suspending funding for that Wuhan Institute lab. That follows a review lasting months that found the Chinese research facility didn't follow federal safety regulations. Now, that lab in Wuhan is the focus of theories that the COVID-19 pandemic originated from a lab leak there in 2019. But investigators have yet to reach a definitive conclusion where the virus came from because of a lack of transparency and access allowed by China. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says Democrats will not block a vote on the Defense Department's abortion policy. They're doing it to try to end Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville's hold on military promotions. However, Senator Schumer says he's also putting the blame on Republicans for not stepping in.
Both McConnell and Thune have disagreed strongly with what Tuberville is doing. It is their responsibility to get him to stop this policy, which is reckless and hurts our national security.
Senator Tuberville has criticized the Pentagon's abortion policy, which pays for travel expenses for service members going out of state to have an abortion. In response to Senator Schumer's statement on a possible vote, Senator Tuberville says he would have to talk to Schumer about it. All right, caught on camera, a driver crashing a car into a home in St. Louis Tuesday. Oh my goodness. And we're now learning this crash killed the 73-year-old driver. 2 homes were also damaged, but no one else was hurt.
That's awful. A Florida jury has awarded a family $800,000 after a toddler was burned by sizzling hot chicken McNuggets. Jurors decided that the family was not properly warned of the possible danger from those McNuggets at a Tamarack, Florida drive-thru. Now, the suit stated that one of the nuggets got stuck in the 4-year-old's car seat and burned her leg. The family was originally seeking $15 million to compensate for the pain and suffering of the little girl, but the jury awarded the family $400,000 for burn injuries, another $400,000 for future damages. The child's mother says, though, she was pleased with the jury's verdict. Still ahead this morning, as the UPS strike looms, the details behind new talks with the Teamsters Union to prevent it from happening.
Tax-free weekend on back-to-school supplies starts tomorrow. How Walmart says it's making shopping for the most needed supplies a little easier, less expensive.
Hello there. It's a first alert weather day due to the heat and humidity. Heat index readings could get all the way up to about 110 degrees. So I just want to let you be ready for it. Just advise you to take precautions, drink lots of fluids today, and it doesn't hurt to go ahead and hydrate before you get out there if you have to work outside for any reason. But you might want to knock out that outdoor exercise early on so you're not a victim of any kind of heat-related illness. There's a lookout, a beautiful sunrise in Summerton, 73 degrees. That's one of our cooler spots there in Walker County. Birmingham's already at 82 degrees, and we're close to that number in Centerville, Tuscaloosa, up through Fayette and Utah. Aliceville at 79 degrees. So it's already a toasty morning with our temperature readings above average. Getting a few light showers, some sprinkles basically for Lamar into northern Tuscaloosa County, a couple of places there into Walker County, but nothing listed as severe. We could see some stronger storms though develop later on today from some energy coming out of Tennessee headed our direction, mainly into northeast Alabama. So this is going to clip, looks like northern Etowah, Cherokee counties could see some strong winds, gusty winds, damaging winds, and some frequent lightning. So I want to give you a heads up there. The rest of us, we could see some showers mainly north of 2059, but the heat's really the headline for us today. You can see those temperatures getting up to about 96, 97 degrees, and you tack on the humidity, the feels like temperature 10 degrees or more above that. So if you're going to the Barons baseball game this evening, still pretty toasty, right around 7:05 with our temperatures near 90 degrees and just cooling off to the low 80s. It's Thirsty Thursday though as the Barons take on Chattanooga. Tomorrow we have a better risk of seeing storms that affect all of us. In fact, I wouldn't doubt it if that risk area is advanced to become a 2 out of the scale. It's a marginal risk now, could be upgraded to a slight risk, which is a 2 out of 5. Initially, Friday morning, we don't see much activity, but then Friday afternoon and evening, look at this. That's showing even some hail cores, some heavy downpours, some lightning coming through, and that shows at 7 p.m. So this is for Friday afternoon and evening, the primary threat. And we could see some of these showers linger through Saturday morning early on. But just a couple of things going on with our weather, and then it dries out a little bit going into Saturday afternoon, Sunday and Monday, a lot less humid. But hot day today with a first alert heads up, first alert weather day for today with the heat. And we could still see hot and steamy conditions tomorrow, and then some storms could roll through tomorrow afternoon and evening into the early morning hours of Saturday. Beyond that, drier air for a couple of days, a lot more bearable outside with lower humidity levels. But then we start to see the humidity levels climb again for Tuesday into Wednesday, along with a slight chance of rain returning to the forecast. That's a look at what's going on. Here's Toy with a traffic check.
Okay, thank you very much, Mickey. We are starting off with a first alert for you. This is I-65 southbound near the Good Hope area, Coleman County there. It's we have a crash there before exit 299, Highway 69. So I wanted to give you that first alert with some lane blockage, and we're seeing congestion already this morning. So I want to give you that, especially those who are traveling southbound, heading inbound from Coleman or north of Coleman. Expect to deal with those delays. Now, the rest of 65 looks good once you get past that. I-22 looking pretty good once you get past that as well. Some possible showers out there near Carbon Hill showing up near our roadways on our map there. So I want to give you that first alert. Now, 65 southbound from Coleman to the junction, that'll slow you down at least 11 minutes. That crash is actually slowing you down because the normal drive time is 42 minutes. Now we're at 53. All right, we'll keep an eye on it, Mike.
Joy. Yeah, UPS is heading back to the negotiating table with the Teamsters Union. It will mark the first time the sides have met since talks broke down over the 4th of July weekend. And it comes as UPS workers are reportedly ready to start one of the largest labor strikes in U.S. history. One of the major points of contention causing an impasse is higher wages. Walmart says it's ready for back-to-school shoppers with a new way to bundle supplies. The big box retailer held an open house for Media Wednesday. We got to hear from Walmart officials as they gave a sneak peek on some of the deals for school supplies this year.
What we've done is we've worked to keep this year's school supply basket on the 14 most popular items at last year's prices. So those 14 most popular items can be purchased for under $13. So that's one thing that we've worked really hard to do for families, so that they don't have to choose between their needs and their wants.
Again, Alabama's sales tax on back-to-school supplies and clothes is suspended starting at 12:01 a.m. Friday and lasting up until Sunday at midnight. Again, you want to check with your county or city to make sure they are participating in the back-to-school supply sales tax holiday. Why an Amazon delivery driver is being called a hero after saving an animal's life.
Life imitating art, literally, this is amazing. The stunning artwork being done with the help of a mountain and one pretty talented artist.
Welcome back in. Caught on camera, a rather eventful day for this Amazon delivery driver in Arizona. He not only delivered a package, but also saved an animal's life.
It was a regular day for Marcus Pope until he quickly realized that a baby bird had fallen out of its nest, so he rang the doorbell to tell the homeowner.
Try to find either a napkin or something soft to pick them up with, but couldn't find anything except McDonald's wrappers and all that stuff. So I was like, that's too crunchy. Let me go ahead and get my towel and picked him up from right there very gently. Didn't want I didn't know if he was hurt, how long he was there for. And then from there, just plop him back up with all of his other friends. And then the deal was done. Then the customer got their package. So it's a good day. It's a good day.
Thankfully, Pope's efforts were successful and the little bird is back with the other birds in the nest.
A Swiss-French artist creates a stunning visual art piece showing how children draw up their world. Now take a look at this. This is amazing and it's massive. Look at this. So the artist known as Sapi painted two children into the grass slopes of a Swiss mountain using only chalk and charcoal. It shows them tracing lines on sketch pads to depict mountains, stars, trees, and the moon. The drawings are done at different altitudes, but Sapi says they complement each other. The artist's creation there can last days and be seen from nearby pastures.
That's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. Hey, we're going on TV.